Hello, my name's James Hood, student number 266049. I am doing assessment 2 for biomechanics 1, scientific report. I've chosen the NordBord. It tests eccentric and isometric hamstring strength. I've chosen the NordBord because it's easy to use for both the practitioner and for the athlete. The NordBord hamstring testing system was developed by Vlad Performance, a company based in Brisbane, Australia. I chose the NordBord because the physio team at the rugby league club that I currently work at uses this technology. The NordBord itself measures about 3 feet long and 2 feet wide, most of which is a large padded area for the athlete to kneel on. The pad has integrated knee positions that allow for easy readings of the athlete's knee position, and this helps with maintaining consistency and accuracy in knee position from one test to the next. This is important when calculating torque. Once kneeling, the athlete slips their ankles into the padded ankle hooks and can perform many different testing protocols. I chose the NordBord because the physio team at the rugby league club that I currently work at uses this technology. It's used primarily as a screening tool which assists in the monitoring of strength and managing fatigue levels in the hamstrings. Screening also helps guide the programming of acute load and exercise selection. Hamstring muscle strain type injuries are common in sports that involve sprinting, acceleration, deceleration, rapid change in direction and jumping. These types of injury occur in both recreational and professional sports and can result in substantial time lost from sport and commonly reoccur. In the AFL, hamstring strain type injuries have displayed a high incidence rate with a 10-year mean of 6.1 new injuries per club each year, with a 23% average reoccurrence rate. A reoccurrence rate of 17% has also been reported in elite soccer players, with hamstring injuries recorded as the most common injury, accounting for 12% of all injuries and resulting in an average of 4 missed games per injury. As discussed earlier, I chose the NordBord for its ease of use. The practitioner does not have to be highly skilled to use the NordBord because of its simplicity. Once the NordBord is set up, all the athlete needs to do is get on the board, hook their ankles in, begin leaning or moving forward, and resist falling as long as they can. They need to catch themselves, reset, and start again. The data is instantly captured on the scoreboard, which gives the athlete immediate biofeedback. And this helps with maintaining consistency and accuracy in knee position from one test to the next. This is important when calculating torque. Once kneeling, the athlete slips their ankles into the padded ankle hooks and can perform many different testing protocols. The ankle hooks themselves are connected to 2 force cells that measure the force in newtons at which the ankle hooks are being pulled. The force measured by the 2 force cells is transmitted in real time to a host computer or tablet via Bluetooth technology. So the scoreboard gives instant feedback to the practitioner and the athlete. This gives extra motivation because they're doing more than one repetition. It also gives an indication of strength differences between the left and right hamstring. So it's actually recording both legs at the same time. This obviously saves time as well. Obviously, having the recordings, you can look at prior scores, you can look at other athlete scores, which introduces competitiveness as well. Okay, with the information captured on the scoreboard here, that data is placed on a data collection cloud, and that information can be ported from here into training programs. You can look at that to have a look at your normative data to see if players are losing strength or gaining strength and changing their program accordingly. You can also do group tests by player or position or team or test date, which makes for very easy data analysis on the back end. The exported data includes the raw scores of all the tests selected, whether that be Nordic hamstring curls, whether that be isometric or eccentric testing, as well as other basic statistics for selected populations such as the average, first quartile, and standard deviation for all the tests included. All of this data can be exported in bar graphs, in line graphs that show force-time relationships for each rep. This all makes for an even better analysis and data visualization. Here's a screenshot of the summary data for a group of athletes exported into an Excel file. Basic statistics are provided at the top and more detailed information is grouped below by each individual athlete test. The metrics gathered by the NordBord. The vast majority of the research on hamstring strength as it relates to hamstring injuries focuses on the eccentric strength displayed during the Nordic hamstring curl. Outside of using the data as a means to measure strength progress, the data can also be useful for return to play protocols for athletes that experience a high rate of hamstring strength injury. We currently require the athlete to be at 90% of their pre-injury strength values before they're able to fully participate in practice. Other markers go into this decision as well, but the NordBord provides useful objective strength measures that ultimately help the medical staff in making return to practice decisions. In my opinion, the NordBord is currently the most convenient tool to quickly and easily assess eccentric and isometric hamstring strength. Vlad Performance offers different pricing structures to different clients, and you can expect to pay around $5,000 a year. So you can't buy it outright, you normally buy it in a package for a period of time. For the hardware, software and support, that's all packaged into that $5,000. The support that Vlad supply is really good, it's very good. It includes access to some of the leading research in the world when it comes to training to reduce the risk of hamstring injuries. If you can afford it, I don't think there's a better option on the market. The NordBord is still considered a luxury tool and is by no means a necessity. So there's other things that you can use, like force plates. The problem with force plates is you do need to move them around, and it obviously lengthens the time that you're doing your testing. Nordic hamstring curls work if athletes are compliant in terms of giving their best effort with the exercise, and the exercises are performed on a regular basis, minimum 1 time a week. The athletes will get stronger. For example, there is research that soccer players improve their eccentric hamstring strength by an average of 45 newtons in season by performing Nordics only 1 time a week and never more than a total of 15 reps per session. In the off season, lacrosse players have improved eccentric hamstring strength by more than 100 newtons in 8 weeks by simply following the Nordic hamstring strength training protocol. However, the NordBord provides data that gives the practitioner objective feedback on exactly how strong the athletes are, which is useful for the return to practice protocols, as well as otherwise unobtainable, more nuanced information such as between limb strength discrepancies. If you are involved in a sport where hamstring strength injuries are a primary concern, for example track, athletes, and most field-based sports, the NordBord provides objective, detailed and actionable data to drive your programming. Okay, so the pros of the NordBord hamstring system is that it's a fast and easy way to objectively measure eccentric and isometric hamstring strength. It doesn't require a highly skilled practitioner to operate it. The information is gathered fast and provides instantaneous feedback to the practitioner and the athlete. The testing is accurate and repeatable. It's not just a screening tool, it can be used to guide programming, in particular athletes returning from injury, for example ACL, hamstring grafts. The cons are it is expensive, you require compatible devices. Vlad Performance own the data, so if you're worried about securing your data so nobody else can have a look at it, unfortunately it can be leaked, and you can't travel with it, so its manoeuvrability isn't that great because of its size.